I mean, it's been moved. I've never gotten onto you for not knowing what a button is. You just forget when it's time to record. It don't matter what a button is. You just forget that you be recording. So that be, and it's not even an issue only for you. But I blame. Right. I blame age though.
That's disrespectful.
My main, okay.
When you hit like, 30,
that's crazy.
When you hit 33 years in a row, I mean, it's just something that can't be good for life.
Let me correct you. 6 years in a row. Thank you very much.
But we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, whenever this podcast finds you. This is the What's a Good Though podcast about movies and TV shows. I am one of your hosts. I am Jason.
I am Jazz.
And we have some special first time comers onto the podcast today. What? It's too fast.
It's gonna sound crazy.
It's gonna sound
crazy.
Going.
You done said it already. First time comers.
First time guest.
Congratulations.
Okay. First time comer. Okay, got you. Let me wipe my face.
Got a little bit on your eye right there. Pop cherries or something.
So I'm gonna pass it up. So before I do that, so let me not go with him first. Tink, how are you? Because hey, I'm just saying, you know.
Happy Pride Month. We here. We
crazy.
Tink, how are you today, ma'am?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I know you was one of the people I seen on the timeline discussing it, and I was like, yeah, let me reach out to her. Let me see.
I'm glad you hit me up. Yes.
I'm glad to do it. If you have anything you would like to plug or shamelessly or whatever, you do have the opportunity to do that. Would you?
Yeah, I guess so. My TikTok, Tinkalicious _ just one underscore, and I do stream on Twitch. It's Tinkalicious _ as well. My Instagram is private, so.
And we have young man, gentleman, Durant. I know words are losing me today. Durant, how are you today, sir?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Excited to be here. Very excited.
Glad to have you here. Glad the same thing for you, sir. If you have anything you'd like to plug or put out there to people to follow you, find you, whatever.
Yeah, definitely. Follow me, Durant54 on Instagram. I do a lot of beats and production stuff on that front as far as the music side of it. So if you got any loops, melodies, beats, anything like that, or just some backdrop music, I got you.
Now, what the fuck is Jazz?
I knew you and Durant would hit it off because y'all both into music.
No. I'm just.
Oh, you talking about our intro music? Oh,
yeah. So Durant. I mean, I don't know, what y'all relationship is, or how long you've known her, or whatnot like that. Get on her ass. I'm just saying.
I sure am.
But I'm gonna get with you. I'm gonna get with you though, because I don't do music personally. I just in love with music, and my brother does it. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely get with you so I can hear some things. But first off, I'd like to send RIP to Ananda Lewis, right? That's it. Ananda Lewis passed away. I think she lost her battle with cancer. I'd like to put that up there first. Secondly, RIP to the world heavyweight title. My guy Jey Uso lost it last week. I'm sorry. I'm in that. But we watched the BET Awards 25 year anniversary. Jazz. Did you guys peep that?
I didn't.
I personally have been on it since it first came out. That's like the one thing that kind of puts me back in childhood, besides thinking about high school. That puts me back in childhood and just think about something that the family did together. We sit in the house watching it, had to go to bed before 9 o'clock. So a nigga couldn't finish it. But I used to sit there and kind of watch it with the family. So seeing it and everything that goes out and just making sure that they are giving their people the flowers. I do think that bitch a bit too long. Cut that bitch down. 5 hours for an award show is insane, but you know how niggas do.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good show. I think there's a lot of Carolinas out there with the boots on the ground, and we got all this other stuff. So them Carolinas flying high right now.
Where them fans at? All right.
There you go.
Jazz, can you do that dance?
No.
That's my shit.
Oh,
you got it down?
I got it down.
there you go.
I knew,
got your cowboy boots.
I knew for a fact that she would probably have it. I'm not a line dancer. I like to dance, but I suck at every line dance. I cannot do those. Something about the steps, and I don't know, something about counting the steps. I just can't get it. My body don't move that way. So,
it's not due to age, is it?
It may be, but I've never been good, except like the cha-cha slide, because they count it for you. You can kind of count with them, so it's easy. Outside of that, everything else got too advanced for me. I never could understand what was the other one that you do?
You got the wobble,
bunny hop, the bunny hop. That's the one I wanted to learn how to do. I just never could get it. I could never catch the bunny hop. I don't know.
Dang.
My body don't work like that. It's that. I don't know what's more important that I want to go into first. So, So okay, so I get it. So, 3 years. Every Tuesday since June 14th of 2022, we have dropped an episode of this podcast. So yeah, that have a consistent, something very consistent that we have done. A lot goes into what we do. Not necessarily say time consuming, because I do feel like it's that time we get to decompress and just talk about something that we enjoy, as opposed to everything that's the worldly things that, can be depressing or try to trauma filled and XYZ. The movies may have a little bit of that, but we can kind of, just kind of have fun with it in that. So Jazz, how do you feel 3 years into this thing of ours that we have?
If I gotta be honest, I didn't think we would make it this far. I was shocked that we would get to 50. Right. So
why are you shocked?
Listen, there were a lot of lessons and things along this ride, and I definitely want to say thank you to Jason, because the consistency and the communication and us being able to work together. And I know there's a lot of times where me and Jason be yelling at each other to where it seems like, oh, them niggas about to be done. But we definitely have a brother-sister relationship to where we can argue on here and then it's no kind of issues. And I know when Jason is being serious, and I would think he know when I'm being serious as well. So it's just being able to have a consistent podcast, dropping 158 episodes. With him dealing with his kids, me traveling, and it's just, we all have our personal life, and we're not in the same state. Jason is in Little Rock, Arkansas, and I live in Tampa Bay, Florida. So it's been dope. It's been a good ride. So you asked me how I'm feeling. I'm feeling good. You look at episode 1, Jazz, and episode 158, Jazz. God, the growth is there. In the hair.
Yeah. It definitely has. It definitely has grown. I definitely appreciate you as well. Like I said, we've been doing this for quite some time. It's funny seeing where we did movies, TV shows. We went from TV shows where we had to break them down into like 2 episodes, 6 hours long. Now it's like, fuck it. We're gonna bust down 22 episodes in 2 hours. Bitch, we can break it to an hour if need be. So just knowing how we can do that, but then now it has become like a podcast family. We've been branching off, meeting different people through different avenues, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, different things. We've gone through different avenues to meet different people. So I'm very interested in seeing where we go from this point, just seeing where we go, how we build, because just looking at the relationship, and we finally figured out, or Jazz figured out, how to make our Discord channel pop off. I'm not going to say what she did. But she figured out how to make that pop off. So yeah, that's been going smoothly. A few bit, because I'm gonna ruffle some feathers because that's just who the nigga that I am. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A little
Always
bit.
choosing violence.
I mean, that's just the Memphis in me. I like to debate, and I'm gonna talk loud, and it's just how I talk. That's just the nigga I am. I'm cool, but I will debate you. But lastly, certainly not least, again, for the third time in 3 years, Jazz has hit 30 years old. Happy birthday, my sister. Happy birthday, my sister. So whenever our anniversary is coming around, I know at least three things that happen. The BET Awards is coming, Father's Day is coming, and Jazz's birthday is coming. Every
Happy
single
birthday.
time.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday. Let's go.
Yeah, so
Appreciate that.
big happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. But I think it's time we get into episode 158. If you don't know, we will be spoiling this episode. I don't think we're in any trauma situations with this that we may get into, but forever. From the creator Mara Brock Akil. Based on the Judy Blume book back in the day, which is based on I think a white couple doing something completely different. So seeing this adapted into a TV show about a young black couple in California, I felt like was a great way to be able to transition it to make it make sense for us. So Jazz, I'm gonna get into you first. You was the one that watched it. I was gonna watch it, but you was the one just like, nah, you got to finish this shit. I'm almost done. And I'm like, God damn, this shit just came out. But what was it?
Yeah.
But what was it? I understand, but what was it for you that made you? Nah, this is I gotta keep going with this TV.
I mean, it was something different. Seeing black stories like this, and I can't think of the last black coming of age series or hell movie that we've gotten within the past maybe 5 to 10 years. And so I saw the trailer a couple of months ago and I was just like, okay, I need to make sure to keep that on my radar because this looks like it's going to be good. And it didn't disappoint. I got through it in probably a day, maybe a day and a half. I was just like, fuck everything else. I'm about to get into this. And I'm not going to lie. It put me in my feelings. It had me responding to text messages faster. It had, right.
Did you block anybody? Wait.
No, I did not. That is what I was shaking my head every time Keisha and Justin did it. I'm not really a blocker anymore. I used to be, but I'm not anymore.
I've never been the blocker. Now, Justin's block was, in my opinion, it made sense. Justin's block made sense. Keisha was just blocking just because. But that's young love. That's young love. But Tink, for you. But before I transition to Jet, now do we count Bel Air as a coming of age story or no?
Oh no, that's a good one. Yeah,
because that's one of my.
I haven't seen it after season 1, so
got you. That's
about that one.
That's one of my favorite shows. But now,
very good.
Now the only difference with Bel Air in this show is focused on the couple. Bel Air is focused on the family. It's not just about Will, because the last season everybody had an episode and they gave everybody an arc, and it made a lot of sense as to why they did that. This isn't like that. It gives everybody a story, but it's about two people. But for you, Tank, what about you? What was it about this story that grabbed you?
To be honest, I seen it on Netflix. I didn't even want to watch the trailer at first. I was just like, whatever. And then I was like, well, I want to see what the hype is about. Let me just watch it. And I work from home, so I'm just sitting there. I ain't got nothing to do but work and watch, my little shows. I put that on, y'all. The story is just so relatable because we've been there as high school kids. We have been there with our little puppy love, our first love, and just every single episode, from the teenagers to the parents to all of everybody else. It was just like, I can relate to this. And I ain't gonna lie, it's a couple times I actually did cry. I shed some thug tears. It was just beautifully written, and I'm really glad I decided to hop on the hype train, because usually I don't. I watch what I want to watch.
I feel that. I'm a big TV. Are you a TV versus movie person? Like,
yes, most of the time I like to watch. I binge TV shows.
Okay,
like season, set me up. I'm there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we have like I said, we have a gentleman on here with us as well. So this is something not typical, in my opinion. Mainly, it's Jason and women that's talking about stuff like this because I love a rom-com. I love the drama. I love the cry. I love watching TV and crying. That's just my thing. I haven't been, but this got me.
I know that's right.
So Durant, you sir, what was it about this that pulled you into the show?
Man, for real, I really know nothing about the show because I don't got no cable, none of that stuff. So I'm a Fire TV stick guy, you know. So I saw that thing pop up with a black guy. It looked like he from 2K. He a brown shirt guy. But I'm like, let me check this Joker out to see what's going on. But I turned it on, and straight from the get-go, it drew me in with the whole relationship and the family, the strong women in the show. And then you got the dad. I know him from Above the Rim, remember the Titans, all that stuff, and he a cool dad and all that. So, it drew me in. And then old girl, she a little crazy. And so I know some people like that. So it drew me in even more. And for me, I'm like on old buddy's side, on Justin's side a lot. So it really drew me in to keep watching, to see how truthful he gonna be, to see how things, turn out in this whole thing, because it started out kind of rough. There was two different communities, things like that. But yeah, great show.
It did. So I look at it like the first part was Keisha's villain story, and I do think the second half was more so. I'm sorry, just follow me. Just follow me. I don't think she was a villain. I'm just saying as far as how it looks, optics. It was Keisha's villain story, and I feel like the second half was Justin's villain story. Because you're dealing with more so what they're dealing with and how they're responding to those things. With them being younger, of course, it's going to be the incorrect way. I think it's the best time to be the most immature version of yourself without all the ramifications or consequences, which it could have been a lot bigger, especially with the scandalous situation that Keisha had to deal with. So I'm gonna formulate the question that I'm trying to think of to ask it properly. But I was looking to Myra. She was talking about the different ways that people describe people, and they was trying to say that in Girlfriends, they were saying who was the most toxic person. And she was saying in 2004, it could be that, but in 2025, the verbiage around it could be different. Just like Justin, they call it ADHD in 2017. In 2025, it's neurodivergent as far as what he's dealing with. So I want to talk about Justin first in the actual story. So, of course, Justin is at home and he goes to this party. And he, he seemed like the awkward kid. But Tink, I'm gonna start with you. What did you think of Justin in the beginning of this story?
Instantly knew he was on the spectrum. And I loved him from the jump just because he just seemed like a regular teenage boy. And his lack of being able to pay attention to detail in the very beginning, and him trying to go out and just socialize, which I'm pretty sure that may be a difficult thing. But just doing that and seeing how he was at the party, I instantly knew I'm going to like his character. He's a sweetheart. It seemed like he was well raised. And when Keisha came in, that's when I knew. I don't know. He's my favorite. He's my favorite. Despite everything, he is a very, like I said, well-mannered child, and he tries. He does tend to go off a little because the way he was talking to his mama in the beginning, I ain't like that.
The beginning.
I was gonna ask you about that.
I ain't like that.
The end. I didn't like that. When I was like, hold on, I said that this time, snatch a hold in that boy.
The way he talked to her, I was like, okay. But I know people who are like that, and they don't mean no harm. They just, I don't themselves. But overall, I like Justin. Like I said, he's probably my top two because the dad is number one.
100%.
But I like Justin a lot.
So Durant, I'm gonna pass it to you. Tell us about your thoughts about Keisha in the beginning.
Oh, I mean, she came off as, with us not knowing the backstory until a little bit later and all of that. She came off as being cool, they came to the party, all that good stuff. She was out of place a little bit, not knowing from what we didn't know really much, but he was out of place and all that. And it all started out good until I think we got that story about, what all happened and him reacting to other things. But she was kind of fast to me. The first date, the first date. Come on now. And his reaction, and his
scared
reaction
that boy. She's scared.
Yeah, that thing scared him. He ain't know about that. He ain't in that world.
Right.
Well, what you doing?
Nice little.
He's trying to watch the movie, and sis is like, mouth.
And here you go. Right.
Yeah, and that straight up threw him off, and she a little too fast, and and he ain't mean no harm by that. So she a little toxic, but again, I don't want to go too deep into the later end part, but I think you correct about how it made her look in the beginning, and then at the end, how things shift around when certain people came in her life and things like that. But yeah, she out there though. She gonna be toxic forever.
Not forever.
So she did. Did she do anything? Did she actually do anything? Well, her constantly blocking him, I did feel like that was a bit toxic. But then she was hypersensitive. She had dealt with the traumatic situation. She had the jump school. She'd been at home. She had finally stepped out, and she began to live again. And then something triggered her, and it brought her back to where she was prior to. So, I get it. What's up, Jazz?
Think she?
My main thing. Oh, go ahead.
So, do you think she latched on to Justin too quickly? Because they seemed like they were in love.
Absolutely.
First date.
Yeah.
Because this is somebody you went to school with.
It was somebody. It was somebody familiar.
Right.
But it was also somebody that wasn't around what she had been dealing with that took her outside of it. So it was just like because I don't know about y'all, but you can be out and you just have a situation, you just vibing with somebody. You're like, damn, I don't know who it was. You may know if you knew the person, that's one thing. But if you did know the person, it's a totally a thing. You just vibing with somebody like, oh shit, we can kick it. It's a whole new person, new situation. I'm enjoying whatever I'm doing, but I'm enjoying this person's company at the same exact time. And I'm in a space. Both of them were in spaces they were unfamiliar with, uncharted territory. Justin Friend, which is probably the worst character in the show, was trying to force him to do something wild every single time. Just like he kind of fixed himself toward the end of the show, which I'm glad they did there, but he was terrible.
Jason, I got a question. This is a safe space.
Mm-hmm.
Which friend are you in your friend group? Because you seem like you be like, yo, nigga, like sis tape running around, but you can get you some mouth from her. Like, are you not? Because I feel like you that's you. Like,
now I am not that guy.
You ain't the one that's gonna egg the toxic shit on.
I'm not. So okay, so it based on her situation. No, but me, my only rule is, have you seen two dicks at one time? That's my only rule in it. I don't, we all been on video. I've lost videos.
Yo, to say we all been on video is well, we are on YouTube. There you go. I got you. You're right. We've all been on video. Yeah, we on it right now. I got you.
I'm just saying it unfortunately it's a thing of being young and just wanting whatever moment it may be. We had scandals at school, but we was too old. We were too young for the video scandals. So I'm glad we didn't have that. Well, I don't remember that. Did we have one in the video? Like one of them?
I don't think we had a video scandal.
We didn't have a video scandal, but we had some stuff that popped off. Some of the stuff
had to be there.
Yeah, you had definitely had to be there. Some stuff played out 10 years down the road. I'm not gonna speak about it on here.
He minding my business, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Tink, like, I don't know what Jason talking
I
about.
be minding my black ass business.
I do too, but I be on Facebook like
and see, I do not be on Facebook at all.
Jason got all the information. I
I
know
swear.
who got all that shit last week.
I'm like, what? Are you serious? But he is,
It's too much for me.
It can be. It can be, but Jazz, everybody was talking about, Tink talked about her favorite character. So let me ask, who was your favorite character in this show?
It's gotta be the dad. It has to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Wood Harris was able to bring so much to this character, and the way that they showed the importance of a strong black father.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Because like he was never out of line when he was telling Dawn, chill out. Man. Even though there were moments where I was on Dawn's side. But I also understood why the husband was just like, he gotta be a man. I get it.
Yeah.
But my baby, I don't want him to go outside because the police out there and it's dark. Like,
they're gonna always be out there though.
I know.
Look at her sound like a mama.
Sound like a mom.
Fuck all that.
Durant, what about you, brother? Who was your favorite character in the show?
Justin got to be for me, except for one part that he could have stayed away from. But other than that, Justin, he's honest. He don't really mean any harm by it. Like Tank was saying, you might know some people like that. Well, I know some people like that as well, where they might say something, but they really don't mean it that way because they might not know it. But if they knew it, they probably wouldn't have gone that far. And sometimes they do take it a little too far, and they know what they're doing. But they usually don't mean any harm. And in the show, it really didn't show him as being an aggressor or anything like that. And really then was a harmful type of guy, family with his mom and stuff. But other than that, he's like a cool guy, and just keep getting his heart broken.
I feel that. Hey, so I think this is a perfect written show, in my opinion, because you don't really have a villain in this. You just have complicated people that you're dealing with throughout the entire series. Outside that damn friend.
You got a villain. You got a villain.
Oh, my bad. Okay, you're right. Okay.
Cousin.
It's Christian. Christian is a villain.
He is the villain.
Christian is a villain. Christian is a villain. There was no redemption for him, just based on how he was doing.
LeBron James.
We're gonna get into. We're gonna get into.
That's the villain.
We're gonna get into it. But outside of that, I do think it was a perfectly written story. What it isn't this whole trauma thing you're just going through. Oh my God, but it's written where you have an issue, and it's just life. You have things that go on, problems you have, and you have to figure it out. And sort of like with Keisha, which we do find out, she unfortunately recorded a tape with Christian. He sent it to somebody, and the stuff just went crazy. I have a daughter going into high school next year. So for me, I'm already, because I had a situation. Not that, but she drew an inappropriate picture, and she's an artist. That MF can draw her butt off, and when she drew it, it went to it. The teacher grabbed it, and we had to come back and we had the conversation. Hey, do you know what you're doing? What's going on here? XYZ. Basically, a girl holding a dildo. Like, do you want to play? I'm like, wait, what the? What is this? I'm playing. So
I used to draw that.
What?
When I was a kid, kids do crazy stuff.
Stuck on super bad.
Oh yeah, we was way.
Got a little lunchbox.
I was probably way worse. I probably was way worse.
I used to write B2K smut.
Man. You remember I don't know if I did say that. It wasn't in high school though. This is post high school.
Oh.
I got snitched on in elementary school.
I did
I'll
too.
never
Yeah,
forget
mine
that.
was in elementary school too.
We was crazy.
But I guess with this, of course, Keisha it's something that she's been carrying herself. She never told her mom about it. But have y'all ever gone through a situation where something happened and y'all either kept it or y'all told to the actual parents, or something you just like some stuff you just kept to yourself? You gotta tell it now. You can die with it. I'm just saying, is this something that y'all had and it's like, you know what, I need to tell them, but just the consequences, is it really worth it? Like, do I have to tell them what's going on? Jazz, you over there?
I just had a thought.
Your mind. I see. I can read it.
Yo, chill. Yes, I never. So it was. I was in a situation where I was robbed, and I never told my parents my stuff. Luckily, the dude that I was dating at the time was able to get my stuff back, but dude held us at a gunpoint, and I kept sitting there like, Jazz, don't panic. Panic, it ain't gonna do nothing. Just chill. So that just let me know in situations I'm not gonna panic. So Jason, if we're ever in a slasher, I'm not the first one to die.
I don't think that determines it. I'm just the gun to the head is one thing.
I'm not gonna pull a Grace. I ain't gonna pull a Grace.
You're not gonna let the niggas in.
I ain't letting none of them niggas in.
Tink, what about you?
Yeah, I have some. I have quite a few, and some of them are being taken to the grave with me.
100%.
And others, I held it for a long time, but I was like, bro, I need to talk to somebody about this. And it was essentially my mama. So, and ever since then, I felt good. But yeah, I've definitely had some times.
I feel that. What about you, Durant?
I had a few. Some of them I still got, but the biggest one, I told everybody, mama, daddy. It ain't like that. It's like they were probably already a little bit curious already, probably because I smoke weed. Sorry, I don't know. I hope we don't get no sponsors taken away or nothing like that.
No,
but yeah, so I just went ahead. Ain't no need. Yes, I do.
Cannabis lovers over here,
none
all
yet.
day. So
That's
I don't mind at all expressing it to anybody.
If you do,
I'm open.
Cannabis sponsor us. That's why I want to go with that's the route I would like to go.
Some of them stories, like you can, if it's years later, you can kind of share it. Like, oh, they might laugh at it now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as if my parents ever listen to this episode, they're gonna be like, "You got what?" Like, I've never told them. I'll be like, "Yeah, I mean, it was
cool." I think I definitely, boy. But I think I've learned it, and that may be a generational curse in my family. It may, because there's secrets that everybody has had or kept, and there's certain people that don't know, and certain people that do know some stuff. I'm revealing some of this shit soon, so y'all niggas better get it together before I get it together. Because I'm gonna tell what Keisha mom what Don say. Either you gonna tell it or I'm gonna tell it.
Do y'all think she was wrong in that situation?
She was not.
No.
I don't think so either. Initially, I was like, that ain't your business. But at the same time, if it was my child,
yeah.
I've seen them situations.
Yeah, like on my first watch, I was mad at her for like kind of pushing her into it. But as it was going on, I was like, I see why she did it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, all right, Don, I get you. I got you. But damn, in that moment, I'd have been like, at least talk to Keisha first.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, like talk to her.
While I understand the thought, don't talk to my kid. Don't talk to my kid. Don't talk to my kid. Talk to me. Tell me I'll talk to my kid, and we can circle back in that. But don't I don't. And it also depends on the relationship you may have with them. Because imagine if you were going through something and you felt you couldn't go to your parents with it, and you went to somebody else. And that may be also why some stuff I just keep to myself, because I can go to my granddad, I can confide in him, and my grandma come back and tell me something like, my nigga, what was you doing? Like, nigga, I told you that that's between us. Why would you? Oh, well, that's your mom. Nigga, that's my grandma, first off. But even in that situation, if I came to you on some man shit, why would you go anywhere with that? Like, and I understand that's his wife, that's my grandma. I get it, but like some stuff is just like, man, let me be the one that be able to come to them with whatever the conversation was. I came to you because we were talking, we were being, on some adult type stuff, and we having a conversation. But you going with that, So then you just stuff like that. Then it kind of make you go back into the hidey hole you was in, because it's like, damn, now you kind of took something that I wanted to go and talk to them about because you had the conversation. They brought it back to me, but. I don't know. But I don't think I don't feel like she was wrong. It was a situation, but then you gotta think about it was somebody her son was dating, and she had already seen so much from Keisha. Keisha had been with the boy Christian in her face, allowing this boy to kiss on him. Done broke your son's heart. Done left this nigga damaged. So it's just like, God damn, we just going. This woman has 100 different things. These are what we call red flags today. But like every one of these are things that'd be like, yeah, nah, that ain't the girl. Because my mama, which is funny. I said she reminds me of Jalen Daniels' mama. Somebody said she failed. I'm like, yeah, that's funny, but fuck you. First off, but my mama. Oh no, she gonna tell the girl, but she would have my mama would have won. She would have been the one that told Keisha, stay the fuck away from my son type, like just overstepping. So
dang.
Yeah, no. So just imagine that part. Imagine that mama. So I appreciate they didn't allow Dawn to be like that, but she was like that with Justin. But she had to be like that with Justin because Justin was a loose cannon, or he became a loose cannon, especially when he started what they say smelling himself. That's the old say.
I mean, his grades was looking good.
No, so he making good beats and stuff.
Right. Got his hair cut.
Got his hair cut.
I was happy when he got the goddamn haircut. He looked crazy. He looked crazy as hell without it.
He didn't look crazy, but I like the haircut.
So of course, him and Keisha, they go on the date. He kind of already touched on it. He stopped her from giving him fellatio because he didn't understand what was happening, and she took it in a way that was disrespectful, assuming he knew something that he didn't. And I want to talk about grand gestures, because in rom-coms, you gotta have a grand gesture, right? Has somebody you ever went away from somebody and they pulled you back by doing something? You was just like, how did you even think to do that to come get me? Which, of course, in Justin's situation, he went on Instagram and he got all his kindergarten buddies to hashtag and reach out to her. Have y'all had something that sweet done? Or have you done something that sweet?
All that cute shit is only in the movies. Like, it is only in the
too
movies.
Much.
It's too much.
That's too much right there. Nah, I might get one person.
I had a couple grand.
What?
All your boys from elementary school hit me up. Okay.
Can you imagine that DM?
Hey, damn, Keisha fine now. Hold up, Justin.
Jess ain't know who she was.
He didn't. He had no idea.
Did.
But his mama showed him though, so he knew who she was. I mean, but I see if you seen your kindergarten picture, you wouldn't know who people was.
Them niggas would be strangers.
I ain't see them.
I would know most of them, not all of them.
I be saying like I be them niggas just be in the world. I be running into niggas just in the world, just anywhere.
I don't run into a lot of people. I don't. I
ran into Kyle in Orlando, Florida one time.
That's so random.
What are you doing here?
That's so random.
And what are those, nigga? These are my kids, nigga.
What are those?
That checks. I hope life is going well. But yeah, it's I have a random life. I just run into people in random spots. Like whenever I go out of town. So I'm like, damn, not just because in Memphis is one thing. I promise it's almost 6 degrees of separation. You know somebody that knows somebody there. But when you start going outside of the way, it's like, damn, what nigga, what you doing here? Just a random person, like, damn, that's crazy. So
I thought it was cute.
It was. I enjoyed that. But I'm gonna ask y'all, did y'all have a moment from a different show or a movie or a grand gesture that was done by someone where you was just like, oh my God, that nigga killed it right there. That nigga killed it. I know for me, just if y'all have to think about it, of course, one of my favorite movies in past years, rom-com wise, was Rye Lane.
Damn.
I don't know if y'all seen. Yeah, stole it.
Or
you know, you can have Rye Lane. You haven't seen Rye Lane? I'm not gonna ruin it for you. I'm not going to check out Rye Lane. It's on Hulu about a black. I don't know if you can watch them if you watch UK stuff, but they are from London. But it's really good. I know. Okay,
everybody hate people from.
You see. Okay, wait. Have you seen Intergalactic?
Yes.
Okay, so imagine if it was Intergalactic, but just regular people. It's just real life people. It's live action.
Okay.
Just to put. So how about P.S. I Love You? P.S. I Love You. Have y'all seen that?
Is that a white rom-com?
It is. It is a white rom. It is a white rom-com.
I've heard of it. I don't know if I've seen it though.
No.
Maybe I have.
Whatever I say is going to be a spoiler.
Mine is going to be Going the Distance with Justin Long and Drew Barrymore. That is a white rom-com, but it's adorable.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with P.S. I Love You just based on the story.
I can't think of one.
That mean, got to get your rom-coms up, man.
Not even that. I watch a lot of things. I just don't have a lot of good memory. Like
you can say when Harper proposed to his wife and the best man.
That was not a grand gesture.
It was not.
I'm trying to think. I can't think of none right now. I can't think of none.
Oh shit! What about Brad? Have you had? Okay,
Morris Chestnut got some out there. He got.
What about Brown Sugar?
Yes, at the radio station.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, loving basketball. Let me play you for your heart. That's you can't
stay here.
Oh. Yeah, it got me. It's quite a few out there. It's quite a few.
Jason's lyric. Jada took a bullet.
What's wrong with you? What a walk to remember? Like what are we just gonna keep just naming the most traumatic love stories ever in the world? Hell, Titanic, Jack. I mean, what? Everybody does something to die, right? Like,
ooh, Stack and Mary. From City. That's the latest black rom-com I've seen.
You said, I mean, rom-com, nigga.
Sinners is a rom-com? Oh, I love How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
That's one. That works.
That's a good one. I think that has very nice gestures in that movie.
Yeah. But yeah, Justin attempts to get her back, but in the process, he gets his phone taken because he used his mom's phone.
The timing.
He used his mom's computer.
Bad. It was bad.
To get himself dismissed from class. Now, all wasn't bad because this led him back into his journey of music. So that was the thing that the biggest thing I took away from that, because hadn't he got that laptop, would he have gone back into the music part? So Justin and his parents, of course, he lives in an affluent situation. So his parents married together, look like they're well off based on the stuff. This nigga got 100 different tutors. He got people teaching him how to drive. He just have a lot of things that they never seen.
Their house.
They doing things I've never seen. But of course, like I said, we talked about Dad. I actually enjoyed Dawn's character as well. Now, I do feel like she led with emotion in most situations. Mm-hmm. But then when she took herself out of it, then she was able to see, because she even said, I appreciate you for throwing a splash of water in my face. So one thing she wanted for him is to date a black woman. So Dad told him, the next time you do some dumb shit, at least start with that part, nigga. Like, so Wood, the way Wood went about everything And even when you say it, Jazz, like you just seeing a positive black man inside the house, is there another black man on TV, a black father on a TV show where you just like, I appreciate this character being in this role? Because
Alex
oftentimes,
Cross,
yes,
Sterling K. Brown.
yeah, okay, you going
Those are
through it
the
right
first
now.
two. Those are the first two.
They're giving it, huh?
Yeah.
I guess like this. Because I couldn't recall anybody like that. Unfortunately, I don't want bring up, but the Cosby Show. That was one. I mean, I know it's tough, but you know what I'm saying. That was a good, because outside of that, are there any more you could think of?
Would
like
you say
that?
Uncle Phil?
I was gonna say Uncle Phil.
Yeah, Uncle Phil.
He was cheap.
Maybe old buddy from Blackish, because he
Oh,
had his little
Anthony
talk
Anderson.
show,
Anthony
but
Anderson.
Yeah,
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, inside the house.
But
Damn.
that
Thinking
about
about
it though. Ain't too many. On that, got series of active.
So you said Sterling
Ain't too
K.
many
Brown.
actors.
I'm assuming you saying from Paradise, right?
Yes.
But also on This Is Us as well. He was
I didn't watch that.
I saw this is I
I
forgot
heard of
about
that.
it. I forgot about Parrot.
You got Roman. You got
Famous
Romany.
show.
Romany and damn, Romany. I can't think of the name of that show. But Romany.
Would you say the Upshaws? Is there a dad over there?
I would not use
I wouldn't
him.
put it. I would.
He is
The
not.
He that is a necessary show for what the situation is, but I wouldn't put Benny in that conversation at all. I
Not at
appreciate
all.
I wouldn't put Benny in that conversation at all. But like I said, you also have, like I said, Dawn. Dawn was very ecstatic about her son dating this black girl, which was somebody that she knew growing. But of course, unfortunately, as things began to happen, I'm pretty sure her feelings or thoughts are beginning to change. Yeah, how would you have handled Justin and Keisha?
I mean, when they would come over, she would make sure the door is open because she knew what they was going to be doing, and we saw what they were going to be doing.
And I did.
They was about to get gone.
He had his whole shirt off, like, boy,
right.
You
in the house.
Your mama is in the other room.
Yes.
And he was trying to do something in the pool. Like, your mama could have easily.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Justin, sir. But I mean, she did what she could do without being so, I guess, hovering, which I love Eric's character, which is Wood Harris. Like, he balanced it out because it's like Justin, he's gonna date. He's going to get hurt. And I sympathize with Dawn because I'm like, nobody want to see their son get hurt, get heartbroken, and Justin's feelings be in his face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, this actor did an amazing job because when he saw Christian pop up, you could see his eye twitching. I said, God, boy,
when he didn't shake his hand,
he was just don't shake
that hand.
But Mama peeped it too, though. Mama looked at her like,
she did. She did.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
That scene hurt me. I said, damn, Justin, you deserve so much better.
Yeah.
I was just like, damn.
But at 16,
yeah,
he couldn't even talk. You know how when you so hurt, your throat start hurting and you can't
you can't even talk.
That's what he was in that moment. A mother see that, of course she gonna look at that girl like, don't think that bitch.
Yeah.
Any black mama is gonna think that. They don't want their child being hurt.
And then you really broke his heart after the fact.
Listen.
Yeah, she went a little
to break his heart.
So okay, so before we get
toxic,
because we getting it. All right, so Dad spoke about it. If Michael Jordan want to take me to the prom, I'm going to the prom with Mike. So so do y'all think that she was wrong for going to the Nike workout with Christian?
Yes. Anything that had to do with Christian, she was wrong for, because his ass should have been in jail. Juvenile detention. He should have been somewhere. Anything she did with him, no ma'am.
At 16, I feel so differently about it. At 26, yes, but at 16, I feel like it's a thing of, it's almost like a just do in that situation. Now, unfortunately, it was at Justin's expense, but we 16. We're not in a relationship that wasn't a thing at that point. And she has to also look at her circumstance. I'm trying to look at where I'm trying to go to. I'm trying to get into Howard. There's scholarships, there's different things that I could achieve, I can get in this situation. So let me benefit from this moment a little bit more. Now, when she tried to get Justin to be understanding of going to the prom, that's when I was like, all right, now you're doing it. Now you're doing a bit much. Now it's time to step off the ledge of this moment. Now we have to ease off the gas, because that ain't it.
Was her reasoning not good enough for her to ask for his understanding?
That was wild.
I'm just saying.
Even at 16, that's a crazy ask to ask. But it wasn't. It'll be different if this nigga was going to give her, this was going to come with a scholarship, some money. Her whole reasoning was to not make her mama look at her differently. That ain't reason enough for her not to be like, nah, I can't do this. Like, I feel away. Everybody looking at me crazy. She crying on prom day. Like, not because she happy. Like, she crying
because broke my heart.
I'm doing this and I'm upset. I'm doing it because I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. In that. But prior to that, it's like she would fix it and fuck it right back. Because when they was at the basketball game, and Justin finally got to play, because the previous one he didn't get to play. He kind of assumed she was there for the other guy, which I get that, but he was in his feelings. She had to take that on the chin, and she kind of wild because she told him to go find another Keisha. Like, hold on, you chilling, you tripping. So if I say what you say it back to me, you got to kind of take it. Like, that's how you present it to me that way. You got to take it, because I'm just giving it back to you the way you gave it to me. So
I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry to cut you off, Jason. When she said it, I said, damn, I used that before. Yeah. Back when I was in high school. Man, yeah.
Trying to dig deep. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Trying to dig deep.
I used to say some wild shit. So bad.
You tripping.
I'm better now, though, but like, you're hearing stuff from this. You just like, damn, I can relate to that. I've used that before.
I did that.
Right. Spider-Man meme. I'm like, okay. Just Keisha in that one moment. I'm not blocking nobody though, but
so like I said, another thing I loved about the show is, of course, we talked about music at the top of the episode, but the way they interweave the music in the story. And I think this is one of the episode 4, 5, 6, like them episodes there. I think that's where the music was definitely used to tell the story. And of course, I think this is when you did "While We're Young," the Jhené Aiko song, as she's stalking, walking, following him as he's so-called running away from her. Well, he was trying to get away from her.
I ain't gonna lie, I love that little scene.
I love it too.
The messed up part about that, on episode 1, when she said, "If you follow me, I'ma scream," I was like, "Oh, she is doing the most." So, but now she's following him.
I will say, if you switch the genders, there's a different conversation here.
Yeah,
that's usually how it goes.
Like, this is one of those situations where the double standard is stamped on there, because it's like that nigga stalking her. But you don't see that with Keisha following him.
With that, it was kind of wild. Which, right after that, he texted her. I think I woke up with a girlfriend, and she was like, "You gotta ask me. Don't just send a text." Which, again, Justin, still a kid. He's still trying to figure it out. But she finally brings it up to Justin. They finally rekindle. And then she brings up, "Well, I got something to tell you. I got to go to prom with him. Come on,
that's what you got to do. You got to wait till y'all together to break the news."
Tate, what did you think about this conversation? Because this is when I was like, bruh.
Hang up the phone. Just leave. Don't. You know what? Do you, boo? Keisha, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Because now you're doing too much. I was cool, with what you had going on at first. Yeah, cool. But prom, you're going to prom with this guy because you don't want to tell your mama. You don't want to make her mad. It pissed me off. I ain't gonna hold you. It made me mad. Keisha, she was on my shit list at that point.
Yeah, bitch, I'm finna make up my man. Watch this. I'm finna send the video. Now that would have went crazy.
Yeah, I don't. But at the same time, I felt bad for her because you are really jumping through hoops to try to protect yourself. Like you are the only person that's like really trying to protect yourself. But at the same time, I feel like she felt like her mother and her cousins and stuff was so focused on the fact that, this guy, he's probably going to the NBA and I'm gonna have some NBA money. We're gonna be courtside and stuff like that. We got the perks and stuff from Keisha dating this basketball player. And she felt like she had a lot to like live up to and like make people not disappoint people. So she was willing to take everything to make everybody else happy. And that it pissed me off, but I felt bad for her because you are enduring all of this just for your mama, for your cousins, for everybody else that you don't want to let down. It really broke my heart, but she pissed me off. She did.
Like I said, she wasn't really a real villain, man. She was in a complicated situation. So, her mom had bought the dress and she, like she can return it, But then again, I feel like sometimes the prom dresses are handled a bit differently. They may not been able to return whatever it was. So, yeah.
Durant.
Durant. Go ahead, Jazz.
I was gonna ask Durant, like, with all of that you see Keisha going through, does the toxicity level that she had decrease at all, or was she just top toxic for you the entire series?
She toxic. She ain't had no dealings with Christian at all. Go on, tell your mama why you getting flowers. No, done deal. No, just tell your mama.
Done daughter. He said, "Nah, it ain't going."
Like you said, you done going back to the face at the park. Like, come on. You could have told your mom on the way back from the park that day.
I don't fuck with the nigga. Don't ever bring him around here again. She didn't have to. I'm not walking with him. For what? What we walking to? What we walking to talk about?
Yeah, something.
But again, she had to deal with a lot, and I didn't know it. She did have a very strong mom, though, so she really didn't have nothing to worry about if she did go to tell her for real. So she did have a little bit on her, but she really didn't have no worries.
Don't know. I don't know about that. Had she told her mama before her mama and Don had connected, that would have been a problem. It would have got ugly, in my opinion. Which we got to talk about them coming together for them to do that. Before we do that, of course, Justin.
Yeah.
Justin. At this point, this is why I'm like, okay. Then I think this is his first role. Maybe I feel like it because he ain't really did much, but him. When he found out about the Keisha and him and his brother got into it, he was in the car. He was just he does his little whenever he gets like sad, he started doing this little shoulder tick. His shoulder start it's just one shoulder. He kind of moving around and his face like he gets lost. And he was in the car like he was about to just lose it. Like mama drive this car, hit the brick wall, hit the nearest brick wall. I'm like, oh, this nigga sad. This nigga hurt. Then he was in the car. Then they showed the prom. And then they went to a picture in the bed, and he was in that bitch. And the crazy thing is, somebody was like, I would have blocked them. You can't block them, because the nigga was the biggest person in the city. So no matter what he would have did, it would have been one of the biggest pictures. No matter what, he wasn't escaping it. So it was just like, bro, I gotta take this. I gotta take this on the chin.
He had my boy in the dog. Oh,
he never took his clothes off. He had slept the whole day.
Right. The whole school day, the whole evening. He wake up, mama cooking dinner.
So I'm sick.
He's sick, bro.
I'm sick. I can't go to school.
I've been there, Jesus.
So I think episode 5 is when they get to the vineyard. That is my favorite episode. Jazz, what was your favorite episode?
The episode, I think it was episode 6, but y'all corrected me. It was when Justin said he wants to go check on Keisha, and Dawn made a big deal about it, and then Eric said, "Go handle it.
Yeah,
go be there for her." Was that episode 6?
Episode 6. Yeah, this episode 6.
Yeah.
What about you, Durant? What was your favorite episode?
Man, it really was a part to see him really play basketball, because he talking about him trying to go to college. can he play or not? And then when he got a chance to come into the game, show up Christian, do all this other stuff, it really showed, it was a possibility. But then you see he didn't really care about it. But
Yeah,
that
nah.
was just the best part to me on that. But there's many more. But as far as that one stood out big time.
What about you, Tink? What was your favorite episode?
Yeah, I would have to agree with you. The Vineyard was my favorite one.
The Vineyard. Stuff like this is just this is
a lot of vulnerable moments in that episode.
This is when I finally cried. Yes. This was the one that got me. This is the one that got me. I was sitting there like, sitting there, don't look at me, nigga. Oh, yes.
That's the one for me. That's the one for me.
You ain't letting it drop.
That bitch had dropped. It was too late.
I was in there, boo. My face was wet. You hear me?
That bitch was too late. This was, and like I said, this is 2018, and they using the music from 2018, which is one of the best music in my opinion, especially R&B music. Oh my, you put a Daniel Caesar on there. Put Daniel Caesar on that motherfucker, and I promise the tears are gonna flow.
And she used quite a few Daniel Caesar songs.
Them the shit. Them was the shit then in California at that time too. Oh my god, that was on them bikes. I'm blessed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh
no, the scene, your background, that scene right there. What you gonna do for love playing the background?
Man,
by Snow Allegra.
Yeah.
Listen, they use Snow a lot in this. I said, oh God.
Yeah. That was the one.
Yeah, this is like I said, this is one of them moments where unfortunately I get triggered a little bit because it's more of a so I guess this is gonna be one of them episodes where they see it, they have to see it. But I don't hate my parents. I may say stuff, and you understand. Even now, when I having children, you do the best you can with what you know, with what you can in those moments. And like I said, this may, and I feel like there are people like this where they just know what to say, and it may be just how they were raised, how they go through different things. But it was just like Justin's father was a very integral part of his life. So a lot of stuff that was going on, it almost felt like he always knew what to say. I feel like the only time we ever seen him really disappointed is when Justin chose not to go to school. But that was when I grew up in college. I felt lost, and I just talked about this with Jazz. I feel like I'm back in that same space at 17, and I was like, you doing certain stuff and then stuff don't work out. It's like, damn, what am I doing at this point? What should I do? And it's like, shit, I have a 15-year-old. What the fuck am I supposed to be doing at this point? Trying to make everything the best for her in that scenario. But like, I didn't have that to be able to go to my dad and talk about certain stuff like that. It wasn't the mature conversation that Justin dad is having. I don't want to put him down like that because I don't want to say, but I just feel like it was just something that he also lacked in that moment. Like, there were men in our family, but it wasn't like that on his side. So I didn't really have that coming. So some stuff I kind of legit. I'm like, damn, man, that shit hit. It just hit a little bit different when you hearing it. It's just like, damn, he just talk about morality in those points, or also just saying in certain moments when you dealing with certain stuff, like, yeah, you going through something, but you don't want an easy life. You have to figure it out, and you have to see who you are when you come out on the other side of it. And that, just having one of them moments, I never really had like when I had my daughter, when we first was going to have my daughter, my cousin, he pulled me to the side and we had a conversation just about life and what happens. And you can still go about life, but it's just going to be a bit harder just based on the decision that you've made. But it wasn't a hard conversation, but it was just, I appreciated him for doing it. Now, my dad was more of Keisha's mom when she first found out, like super angry, just not knowing how to, do that. I've never heard him or my mom ever say they apologize or go back in the situation. It's just always been the in your face type thing. So it was never that. So certain things, I understand why I didn't, but in those moments, sometimes I wish I did, regardless of what there was, but I knew why I wasn't, because I'm not dealing with it. I know what it was. However y'all handled it previously, I'm not coming back to that shit. So I just much rather avoid that. If I can keep it to myself, I keep it to myself. But yeah, definitely. Sorry about that. But that was one of my, like I said, definitely my favorite part of the season. Like I said, the music intertwined with it. We're seeing Keisha trying to find out where the hell he at, which again, stalker. But
doesn't that show the power of love though? To be able to go out of your way to be like, I need to find this person. I'm going to get on 3 buses.
And you're blocked on top of that. You're blocked.
Right. I'm just letting the universe guide me to find this person because he said he'd be at the arcade all the time. So let me ride this bike.
She just going through every conversation they had to try to use it to find this nigga.
That's love.
When she seen her brother,
that was good.
When she seen her brother the first time, how did y'all feel?
I cheered.
Yeah.
I think they want them to find each other at first on the low. I didn't, because it was just like I want to cry. I want to cry. Sometimes I watch, I'm like, I just want to cry. I just want to see it not happen for you. It shouldn't happen for you. You did enough toxicity stuff previously. You should win. Not right now. Maybe later.
No, she really won him over with the blocked voicemails. The voicemails he was listening. She won him over with that one.
That was so, a capsule. Don't be whoa. Pause. We're not fit to skip over Shannon like that. We're not skipping over Shannon like that.
Oh,
we're not skipping over Shannon.
Shannon
like
was hot and ready, honey.
Jason would have had that little Caesar. It wouldn't have been.
Yo, little Caesar is crazy.
She was hot and ready.
She was wild.
Yeah. Anywhere, wherever.
Dude, like, show her little titties.
I said, oh my God.
All right, so let me ask y'all this.
Yes.
Like, that was
top row.
That's the only that was like full on nudity. I was like, where this come from?
Justin
we did see his ass.
We did see his little booty. We did.
You seen this booty, man? Nigga, I'm off the top, broke with it. I would have, nigga. No, you're not going nowhere around here, nigga. Go home, go back in the house.
We'll be kissing cousins. So she was ready.
She was ready.
Yeah.
Hey man, she
had playing that out. She was ready.
She had that game, dog. I really the Vineyard episode is one of my favorite episodes of TV. Bar none, like the only episode that compares to it in recent years is probably what's Issa and Daniel going on that date. They went on a date.
Oh,
when they went on a date, that episode, like as far as you know, the one that when she fell in the beginning of the date.
Wait, you talking about Issa and Lawrence?
Issa and Lawrence, yeah. Issa and Lawrence. I said
Daniel. I don't know why I thought you said Daniel. Okay, you did say
my bad. I'm okay. Issa and Lawrence.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Issa and Lawrence.
My man is.
When they got back together, they first did it. That was like as far as with that because you have the woman who's doing the grand gesture this time. You have the father. Well, you have the mama who see the situation. She was to rip that girl a new asshole, but she caught herself and she like. You know what? Let me not mess with her. Let me not do nothing to this little girl. And then of course you had the situation we finally see the parents. They got the, he said he said he's for to give it to her, but she was in her head about what she had found out. Then you have Shannon, the new, I ain't gonna say love interest, but somebody who presented a different option or a different opportunity for him. And then you have, of course, the conversation between the parents when they kicked him out the room. I love that as well when they were saying, why do you say, anything and people do that. My dad said that to my mama because we lived in my entire life. I lived in Whitehaven. I lived in Orange Mound. Them schools that were there, predominantly black schools. Now my mama used my cousin's address and that's why I was at Southwind. That's how I ended up at Southwind. I was one of 10 niggas in a school of white people when it first initially began. And my dad was like, why do you feel like that? It's a different level of schooling. And they felt differently as we started getting older. Me and my siblings, just the education that we had compared to our cousins. And it could have just been who our cousins were. But the education was a little bit different as we started to get older there. But people do think because it's white, it's the right thing to do. Or it may be that, and that conversation came up and he was like, you should just send him to a black school, which Howard was also Keisha's school, which it later comes up when he throws that idea back at her, which I was like, that's kind of fucking crazy out of nowhere. But how did y'all feel about the conversation with the uncle and Don when they were in there? Jazz, I'm gonna start with you.
I honestly feel like he had a little bit too much dip on the chip. I understand his transparency of when Justin told him that he wants to go to the NBA. But then for him to be like, what? You at the beginning of senior year and you ain't got no D1? That ain't happening. So my thing is this. My son has been cooped up in his room for the past 72 hours. Please do not bring that negative energy to him. He outside. Yeah. He's trying to get a drink. We vibing. Keep that shit somewhere else. And obviously he was bothered in the face and he was like, can you go refill my drink while we talk about you? I would have called him a bitch on accident. I'm just like, Justin, you got a slick mouth for your mama, but put that motherfucker in check for a second. Because he would have been well within his rights, in my opinion. Yeah. Like, I understand respecting your adults. I get it. I understand. But 30-year-old Jazz is like, he needed his ass cussed out.
Don't know. Tink, what do you think?
I think the message was clear, but it could have been delivered a little better. Not in a coddling kind of way, but it's okay to be realistic. It's okay. But we know we have some family members that just really tell it like it is. And they do a little bit too much while they're trying to tell it like it is. Not saying that you got to be soft or nothing like that, but it's a certain way of how you say things. And the way he said that, it just felt like he was kind of like shutting all those dreams down right on his parade. Like it's not possible. It'll never be possible for him. And that fucked him up. I didn't really care for that, but I understood it because once again, I can relate to that. We got family members, friends, or whoever like that. And we know how or what that could feel like. Now he probably can't say nothing or talk back, he's respectful once again. And people like that take advantage of that. Adults, when they talk to kids like that, they take advantage of the fact that he can't say nothing to me. I'm going to just tell him how I feel without taking their feelings into account. That's what I got from it. I ain't like it. But the message, like I get it. However, the way he said it is a little too much for me.
Yeah, Durant, what about you?
Yeah, I didn't like the message. It seemed a little too harsh for real. Because the boy got a little talent now. I don't know about D1, but he could have gave him some other thing. Like, hey, you need to go to a camp. Have you looked at any camps? He could have gave him other things and just say, hey, you ain't about to make it. And he didn't even.
That's real.
He just put the boy down. That's it. So there was nothing positive about it. He didn't say go to the school. He didn't give him no other advice. Just, hey, you ain't good. Just stop. And they drunk, they high already. So he can't take them serious. So he just, hurting them all the way around.
And I want to also add, do y'all think, or how do you think Eric would have reacted if he was in that same room hearing what the uncle said?
I think he would have definitely had something to say.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You think he would have just sat there?
He would have said something. He would have said something, but I don't think he would have been. I don't know what you think. I don't think it would have been anything negative though. Because so realistically speaking, Justin didn't really play his junior year in high school because of circumstances. The coach was paying the people that's paying him in that situation. So now we have to get Justin to do well his last year in high school. There are 20,000 basketball players in college right now. There are 64 people of that 20,000 that get picked to play on an NBA team. Realistically speaking, that is a pipe dream for Justin. I'm just saying. Unfortunately, it's a harsh way to do it, but it's family that's doing it. And as bad as it is to hear that right now, regardless of what you're dealing with, this is still life. life doesn't stop because you're going through bad things, unfortunately, and that's a part of growing up and understanding. That's just what it was. I don't feel like I get it. And they was smoking, they was drinking and things like that. But that nigga was gonna speak. That nigga speaks his mind anyway. That's just who he was, and I hope we get more of him in the next season. We need, like, not you gotta have, but like just bring them people into it. Now the dad, now Keisha's father, on the other hand, now that nigga needs to be checked.
Yeah.
But now the uncle, I'm gonna give a pass to, because it was at least, because his whole thing was, hey, we need to look at the other options. And then I think that conversation really stuck with mom more than anything because of how she was moving forward within the story.
Yeah. That's why I said the message was very clear. Like, yeah, I agree, but it's just the delivery.
Yeah.
Like how you just explained all the stats and whatever, like I can use that to make sense. Like, okay, well, I think about it. Maybe you're right. But to say how he said it is just, damn, nigga,
okay. But like I said, Keisha and Justin, they finally reconnect. They finally rekindle the things, and they have a lot of sex. A lot of it, and it was, the first time they did it, we find out Keisha was still a virgin, but the first thing she thought was to use her mouth. Like, I'd be amazed at the things that I find out about people. Like Jazz, we was in our chat, and we find out that in some places in the world, women was using their butts before everything else, and I was just like, to uphold virginity, I'm like, in my mind.
Oh, Durant. So the streets is saying in Raleigh, women, I guess in high school, college, the ladies was using their butts. Now I don't know, were these ladies black ladies? Oh, we lost Durant.
Hell no.
That's gonna look crazy. Dang.
The hell no.
All right. Well, hopefully we can get Durant back to answer that question. Yo. All right.
Is that nigga in Raleigh? Bro, what?
Yes. Yeah. But, oh my God. But no, so I wanted to tell y'all earlier. So when the cousin said people that you have blocked can leave a voicemail, I'm gonna be honest, I did not know that was a feature on iPhone.
I tried to look for it, I couldn't find it.
So yeah, it's there. So I found it. I said, damn, I had a bunch of shit saved down there. I said, oh, hey.
So you just go to your voicemail and it's supposed, oh wait, let's say deleted messages. It don't say blocked messages.
So all right. So,
I don't be blocking people like that though. So
yeah, so if you go all the way down, you have deleted messages and then you have blocked messages, and everybody you have blocked that have left you a message will show up right there. I went and checked the numbers. I said, let me see if it's any that I recognize.
No.
I got 2 up in there.
I ain't got no risk. Ain't nobody been that mad at me.
But I thought that was a very adorable element. And he was listening. And he was just listening. Would you have left like all those voicemails if you were Keisha?
Yeah.
You said that's so easy. You didn't even think about it. Hell yeah, I would have.
Yeah. No, probably. I don't know. At that age, probably so. I don't know. At my big ass age right now, definitely not. Like, fuck you, nigga, whatever.
What was the question?
But would you have left all those voicemails like Keisha did? If I was in love, you know what I'm saying, little pussy love, maybe so.
But I'm not gonna lie, I'm a simp. I would have. If I was in love,
I've been in a Facebook inbox for months, nigga. What you do? It was
wait, talking to yourself?
Like what happened? Like what?
Damn, my nigga. Nah, I ain't never did that. This is safe space. Did you ever get a response?
No.
Like a reaction? Something?
I ran ran back into the person one day.
Oh shit! You saw him in the street.
Yeah. You know what happened? I don't. Like, nigga, what was that about?
Did you say? Did you see my messages?
Yeah, they saying them.
Damn. Yeah. Durant, welcome back.
Yeah, I live out this country, man. Spectrum don't do me right. Spectrum be cutting me off all the time.
Man, I thought you were ducking the ass play, man. I didn't know what was going on.
Oh man, I wouldn't
Did you say the ass play?
Yo, that's crazy.
What happened there? Now, hold on.
Durant, what was the last thing that you heard? Because it's gonna look crazy when you look at it back. I'm not even gonna hold you.
No. Well,
so
Jason, that nigga was froze for 10 minutes, so we ain't even know it.
I thought y'all been paused. It's so funny. I'm like, am I paused?
Wait, could you hear us?
Hey, look. He seen himself moving and thought it was everybody but him.
No, it just stopped. I was just moving. Y'all were just stuck. I'm like, am I stuck? Is everybody stuck? I've been hurt. Last thing, because it was about to come to me.
Yo. Oh my goodness.
It was
I gotta figure out how to edit that one, buddy.
Yo, that's
good.
Don't edit nothing out. Just put the graphics on straight. Leave that in there.
We'll be returning soon.
We 3 years in, nigga.
This is how we do it over here at the What's a Good No podcast.
Oh man, my bad. That's on me right there.
I mean, as soon as she asked the question, you just built. Like, damn, he took that personal.
Oh snap! Let me get out of here.
And nigga says he was like, Jordan, I took it personally. Bloop. I ain't coming back. They get too real over there.
Oh snap!
Asking too many goddamn personal questions, man. You in my business.
I knew they was gonna come to this.
How did they get here? How did they know?
And we talking about a movie?
Y'all are hilarious.
Them niggas talking about everything but.
Oh man.
What? Shit. Let me drop.
Well, welcome back.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Now answer the question.
Tink said, but nigga, we wasn't finished. No. Oh, nigga, hot.
It was something on the daddy, I think, though. I can't remember. It done been. I was trying to get back so fast. I was like, oh snap! I didn't know where we was at.
Oh my goodness. Jason had asked a question. He ain't got his headphones on. So he had brought up something somebody said in our Discord about girls in high school or freshman year of college to, instead of losing their purity of having sex, they were doing anal. And so the thing is, the person that told us this lived in Raleigh. And we're both from North Carolina. So so I was like, and I was asking like Durant.
Well, let me get out of here.
I'm close for real this time.
On purpose, goddamn it.
All right.
But yeah.
Dang me.
Yeah, but now we heard about these things, and I was just like, man, that's wild. That's wild. Like to observe your virginity. I mean, I guess whatever you got to do. Oh man. Shit.
I don't even know.
I was trying to figure out why Keisha was going for the mouth first instead of
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Damn, free.
I think girls be thinking like young girls, if I don't have sex, I won't get pregnant. Like, I want to do other sexual things, but I ain't trying to risk getting like really pregnant out here, which is dumb. Like, I get it, but you ain't gotta give a nigga head. Like, just don't do nothing.
Like, you ain't gotta do nothing. Like,
you gotta do nothing.
You got nothing. Like, just enjoy nigga time. Like, but she wasn't getting pregnant though.
But that was one of the main things her mama was talking about. Like, she didn't want her to get pregnant. She didn't want to get pregnant. So I think that's
her dad too, which he did drop some gems once he got past his bullshit. But yeah, he did do that. Which we already kind of talked about, the sex tape part, because of course them leaving the beach it comes out. You got something to say, Jazz?
I was gonna ask, like, why didn't they call it a head tape? Because it's not a sex tape.
Who says that?
That's what they need to be saying.
I've never.
That's what it should be called.
That she was still a virgin, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't a sex tape. It was a head tape. The one that she recorded and sent it to Christian.
Oh.
And that's another reason why I feel like she did not want to get him in trouble, because she had been beating herself up during that situation. Of like, I sent him the video. It wasn't on his phone. It was on mine. So she probably was like blaming herself in that. Well, she was.
She was. I mean, you have to, because it was her. You know, it didn't have to go anywhere. It could have just been kept.
That's why you can't share your shit.
That was like, man, that's wild. That's wild. But of course, after that, you know, we talked about the sex tape part, but then we gotta talk about Justin parents and how they handled the sex tape. Tink, how did you feel about how they presented this to Justin?
I felt like they thought they was gonna make something happen, because they knew they didn't know that he already knew what was up, so they thought they was gonna go in here and lay down the law. And you know, I get it, but at the same time, Justin shut it down, and he did it in a very respectful way, because y'all judging her, and I'm not even judging her, and I'm the one with her. In fact, I've been helping her get through this. Yep. So y'all want me to break up with her because of what?
No, it had to be. I know that it had to be a serious moment. It had to be a serious moment.
Yeah.
But I definitely wish you'd have like, what was you doing on the tape, son? Like
Come on, Jason.
I'm just saying what you. So Jazz.
So how freaky is she?
Like, Jazz.
If they would have called it a head tape, then you would have known.
I've never heard that in my life. When is
hopefully after this episode, I just made it up. Hopefully after this, they start to call it that. You know, that's what it is.
It's not gonna catch on.
That's just like having you record somebody sucking your toes. And you drop it. Like, that's not a sex tape.
It's a toe tape. Okay.
Yes.
Imagine get caught sucking toes and they get leaked.
They know who it is.
Freak.
This nigga got caught sucking toes.
Hey, make sure y'all put y'all names in your cup. This nigga be sucking toes.
Freak ass boy, like go somewhere.
Boy, you were getting it, wasn't it? Toe sucking ass nigga. No, bro, no.
You toe sucker, you.
Yeah, no. I mean, head tape, sex tape, potato, tomato.
If he eating ass tape. I'm just saying.
Hey man, how do you even? You know what? I'm not gonna ask that question. Durant.
That's funny.
Everybody got a tripod, Jason.
I don't have a tripod, young lady. Look at Tink. Okay. So
get in this.
Durant, if you were the parents, how would you have handled this situation with Keisha and finding out that your son, girl, has a sex tape?
Probably the same way they did until, like Tank was saying, that I support her. What Justin was saying, you really can't say too much at that point. But again, I probably would have reacted the same way how they reacted in the beginning, and then had a calm down moment, because he doing everything he can in a situation. Ain't too much can change, but they need to make sure she good at the same time too. So it seemed like it all worked out where you're gonna have some emotion in it at some point. So, but yeah, I would have did the same thing.
But of course, she wasn't done. She wanted to continue this conversation without Eric, because Eric is the voice of reason. Dunn had her own thoughts, her own feelings. Jazz, how did you feel about the conversation between Dunn and Keisha's mama? Her name escapes me, but how did you feel about that moment? Because I felt like that was an intricate, a very important piece of this story as well.
I definitely think it is because it showed you the community that she was speaking to Justin about. She's living up to those words.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like that phone call had to have been extremely awkward, but she did it. And she was very understanding, very patient. She was just like, if this was my child, I would want someone to tell me, to where Keisha's mom could have reacted very aggressively, very angry, lashing out a bundle of negative emotions, but she didn't. And so I thought their connection was very important. And just to see that within this, I thought was beautiful, because I feel like if certain writers and directors and producers were to remix this type of story, it would have been chaos. I ain't gonna say no names, but I'm gonna let y'all figure that out.
Yep.
Jason don't know. He don't know. If Tyler Perry would have done it, that shit would have been
ridiculous.
Hey, shout out! Shout out to Tyler Perry and Straw, man. Them first 25 minutes of bullshit, but after that, I'm with it. Hey, I'm sorry. Cinema. What they say? Cinema.
Would have been real blue.
It would have been grainy.
Mm-hmm.
So Tink, after this, of course, Justin, like I said, this show didn't really have trauma, but you have the moment where during this moment, Keisha has moved out of her mom's house to stay with her cousins. And at this point, Dunn is on Justin's case a lot more, because she wants him to take care of his business, but he seems to only be stuck into Keisha. How did you feel about Justin at this point in the story?
Although we joked about Keisha's father being a little harsh, he did drop some gems. Because what are you doing? And I know you have your plans and stuff like that, but this whole series kind of made me realize how important it is to be able to talk to your parents, be able to be open and transparent and honest with them, because there are many times where Justin just really should have just laid down what he wanted to do, like he did. I think at one point, it was later on at the table, he told them what he wanted to do or whatever, but I felt like how her dad felt. He was lost. He was just so focused on their love story and her kind of like helping him, and him just being so wrapped up into her, not really wanting to lose her to Howard, and things changing. And I don't know, but I was feeling like, no, Justin, like chill out a little bit. You got your own stuff going on, and she's about to leave and do what she got to do. I don't want you to be this bum ass nigga. I need to figure out whatever you need to do. So I was kind of worried at that point, but yeah, he got it together.
Yeah. So, the dad. I think George. Well, Keisha kind of talked about it earlier in the season. George talked about it as well, about him stepping up and being a better father. But we, at the dinner table, when they went to dinner, when we finally seen Dad's restaurant. When he took Keisha there, and they kind of talked about, she said the dad is a bit extra. And like I said, he's like I said, kind of like what you said, Tim. He's looking out for his daughter's best interests at heart. At the end of the day, that's the only thing he was looking at. But he was doing he was doing a little bit of most. He came up to Justin and said, "You do music, right? Play some of that. Play it. Like, I want to hear it." And you just had the people that that's kind of over the top. And that's when I'm like, man, somebody got to check this nigga. And then George finally spoke up, and and he was just like, you know what, fuck it, let's get back to the party. It's all good, man. I hope you do the best with everything you got going on in your life. But I do appreciate them keeping him in the story for as long as they did, because I'm not sure when she got into Howard, but he was still there when Christmas came around as well. So he was able to come over and kick it with them during the Christmas episode. Well, whatever the Christmas scene. I don't know if there's an episode, but the Christmas scene where Justin replaced the damn bracelet he just picked up off the ground and gave to her. Like, I was like, where did he get that from? And I'm like, this nigga just found this on the ground and literally gave it to her. But he did replace it with a forever pendant. Jazz, what did you think about the Christmas episode? Well, the Christmas scene.
I loved it because you saw. Excuse me. Come on, man. Yo, you gotta chill. But I loved it because you saw the families come together. And one of the things that's on my bucket list is to get a group of friends and have a water gun fight. And so just to see that, it was just, God, it was beautiful. It was hopeful. It's just seeing them have fun, even though you have your dramas that happen earlier in the season, but just seeing them come together and be able to get through all of the humps and blockers that were in their path. Because you look at this story, you just like, obviously these two people are drawn to each other by true love, and not regular love, black love. So regardless of where their paths take them, they will still come back to each other forever.
Okay.
Look at you, boys.
They had a good song on that scene too. The water gun fight. It was Summertime, Danny Glover.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
that. That was a good song for that.
And I appreciate, like, we step back a little bit. We had a Nerf gun fight before where you niggas jumped me.
It was amazing.
It wasn't.
Oh my God.
It wasn't, but I was great, and I'm great at shooting at niggas, so I fucked them niggas up. Yes,
okay.
I did. I had all the guns. I don't know why I even had that many guns with me, but I watched a lot of action movies, so that's why. But I did. I had a big water gun fight at one of my son's birthday party. Probably his third birthday party. It was the thing. We did a big thing there. But yeah, that was dope. But unfortunately, all of this good stuff, Justin fucks up. This is where we kind of see Justin going downhill. And I feel like I said again, I don't think he's a villain. I just think he was caught up in the moment, and it kind of played right into what Keisha's dad had just told her.
Yeah.
Don't let these niggas trick you off these streets.
Yeah.
You have so much going for you. I don't even think if he does something, I don't think he has any ill intent. However, shit happens, and you can't allow shit to happen. And unfortunately, they in the pool, the family, everybody leaves. Justin drops his trunks and tries to get with her in the pool, which I do appreciate them not making it a lot more aggressive than what it was, as opposed to him just, having a conversation and she's like, nigga, stop playing, like joking, like, and then, he come here and she's like, whoa, not that. Let's not do that. Like, what's up with you?
Nah, say what he said. All the pull out, nigga lying. Fuck out of here. Like, you're not getting
there go a baby right there.
Right. Like, come on. We not falling for that.
First semester at Howard, she gotta come the fuck back home.
Right. Anytime a nigga be like, I'm about to pull out, he is lying. He's a liar.
That's a liar.
See, this is, that is crazy, because 20 years ago, it would have been, let me just put the tip in. But see, now the conversation is elevated.
We're gonna do this shit, but I'm gonna pull out.
But hold on. So that means, Jason, you are admitting that just a tip is a lie /
I feel like you're trying to I feel like you're trying to put me in another box. Don't put me in boxes. Outside this box right here.
It's cool. Since we have Tink and Aaron with us, let me ask y'all. Let me start with you, Tink. It's just when a dude says, "Oh, just
he lying. He lying."
There we go.
You lying.
I'm gonna ask you.
Feel too good. Nope, done deal. Don't
it's a trap. It's a trap, right?
Don't even.
Ain't no such thing as just a tip.
It's no such thing. Okay.
No.
Done deal.
So yeah, Jason, it seems like everybody except you.
You know what? Okay, you know what? I have a question for y'all. I got a question for y'all too. Who's more white famous, Chris Tucker or
Chris? The other name.
What's the other nigga? Was it Martin?
No, Morris Chestnut.
Morris Chestnut. Who's more?
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling
You
you.
said Morris Chestnut?
Yeah,
You said more?
No, I
For
don't.
what?
No, she didn't.
I
She
wasn't
didn't.
in it.
Black.
Yeah, no, I wasn't in
She
it.
didn't. It's just a conversation from our previous episode.
Oh yeah, Chris Tucker.
I just like to
No.
follow.
Oh, I got a question. Who has a better catalog, Chris Tucker or Martin Lawrence?
Martin Lawrence. Chris Tucker got not blank check, but he got some earlier stuff, but it ends at rush hour.
Ooh.
It does, honestly.
It does.
But okay, so I'm gonna let
Tink. Here you go with the parameters.
You're right. I'm gonna let it's not a
Right, this is
parameter. I'm
bullshit.
gonna say something. I'm gonna let Tink answer first, and then I'm gonna say something. You answer who you got first, Tink.
What's the question?
No. I'm gonna let her answer. I'm gonna let her answer who she Martin or Chris Tucker first. Who has a better catalog to you, Martin or Chris Tucker?
Martin.
Okay. So when I look at them, right, everybody always goes back to the 90s for music, movies. Oh my God, we don't make stuff and we do. Stuff like that is still being done. People, you just have to pick through a lot of bullshit to get to it, unfortunately. So Chris Tucker being highly regarded in the 90s, I personally don't think that's a problem. Martin ain't did shit that mattered after 2003. Nothing that after 2003 mattered in Martin's catalog.
Martin Lawrence?
Yes. Martin
Bad
Lawrence.
Boys.
Bad Boys 2 came out in 2003.
So Jason
Bad
Jason does not like a lot of Martin's films. So let me throw that out
You're
there.
right.
He's a
Okay.
director.
No, it's not. It's Martin. It's
producer.
Martin after. Okay, so let me. Is Martin after
Blue
2003? Where Blue Streak? That wasn't after 2003. That wasn't after 2003. I'm just saying. I'm gonna go. Let me.
Come on, Roscoe Jenkins.
Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. That was a decent one. That was decent. That's after 2003.
Big Mama's House. When was that stuff?
2000.
Dang. You might be right, boy.
Look, I'm gonna just run through it real quick. Now, so Bad Boys 2 came out in 2003. So in 2005, you got Rebound. You got Big Mama House 2 in 06. You got Open Season in 06. You got Wild Hogs in 07.
Wild Hogs was good.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
Right, that shit not lying.
And them old guys.
Okay, let me ask you this: Wild Hogs or Stump the Yard? What was you? Hey, 2007.
Don't answer that. You don't have to answer that. You ain't gotta answer that.
Okay.
You ain't gotta answer that. Right.
College Road Trip. Now that's
my movie with Raven Simone.
Yeah, right. It's about Raven Simone, though. I'm just saying. Okay, so Death at the Funeral.
Dang.
I'm gonna give I'll give you. No, not. That's not him. That's then you got Big Mama House, Father Like Son, and it ain't really nothing else in between that until he get back in Bad Boys with Will Smith. Like,
okay, now do Chris Tucker.
Well, yeah.
So now Chris Tucker, he don't have anything out of 2003, honestly.
Oh,
so you have to do Chris Tucker earlier stuff.
Friday.
Y'all see this cheating happening right now.
It's not cheating. I just said Martin is his earlier stuff. So you do their earlier stuff. The conversation is a little bit different because if you pick Martin after 2003, that shit suck. You're not picking that. So all right,
let me do those movies though.
I mean, yeah.
I'm comparing everybody's entire catalog.
Okay, so
you
go to.
It's like Eddie Murphy catalog when he had to do them haunted house movies, the Dr. Doolittles. They have to do this.
It ain't. So we got Chris Tucker. So you got Panther. This is the 90s. So Panther, Friday, Dead Presidents, Fifth Element, Money Talks, Jackie Brown, Rush Hour, Rush Hour 2, and then that ends at 2001. So after that, Rush Hour 3 came out in 2007. And then, like Silver's Lining Playbook. I don't know if y'all seen that.
No.
And he did after 2001, it's almost like
done deal.
He went missing. Essentially.
Thin line between love and hate. I mean, you got so many movies that Martin did that House Party. He's in it. He's in House. There's so many. Like he's a done deal here.
I'm sorry, Martin win.
I get it.
Big time.
Just no shade to Chris Tucker. He's great. He's amazing.
Yeah. Money.
Martin, because you was naming off some good ones. for Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
For real.
But it's just, I mean, I get
He
it. I get
talks.
it. I get it, man. I think I just prefer Chris comedy over Martin. But Martin's
That's
show
fair.
is amazing to me. I think there was some great writing. And
Yeah.
I didn't really notice the show that the episodes spoke to each other until you really watch it. And a lot of them episodes, the storyline just follows throughout the entire season, even though different stuff is happening. It's just like another day in the episode. I didn't know that until I got older. But yeah. Back to the forever. So the last episode, well, I think, the last episode, it kind of played out similar to how Insecure did on their series finale. They just they sped run through the year, but they did it through Instagram photos and stuff. Certain stuff we actually got to visit, some stuff we just seen in passing as it was going through. And we get to the prom. And they kicking it. They big time kicking it. Did you enjoy your senior prom? I don't know if you went to multiple or not, but
I went to our senior prom. I went by myself. I did not have a date, and that was because I wanted to, and I had a great freaking time.
I did too.
A great time.
Did too. What about you, Durant? Did you enjoy your prom?
Only went to junior, senior one, skipped it and straight to the hotel. So no need for all that. But yeah, it was a great time. Everybody still came up. We all see everybody anyway. So yeah, exactly. We were good.
Jazz.
I enjoyed my senior prom. I had 2 dates. So
okay.
What?
Yeah.
The picture too? How was the pictures?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
She be holding now. 3 years. We finally getting here now. We finally getting somewhere.
There was no secrets. Everybody knew about everybody.
I ain't gonna tell you what I seen at the parents' house, but yeah.
Oh, nothing crazy, I don't think.
Yeah. No, just playing. But of course, they go to the prom. I wish I went to a prom that had her. Whoever they prom at was next to a goddamn
Ferris wheel.
Jason wouldn't be on it because those are the only things that scare me in life. But that was kind of cool, them on the Ferris wheel talking and whatnot. And then we get to the seriousness of it all. I guess they were kicking it, and then now Justin has up out of nowhere said, "Hey, maybe I should come to Howard with you."
Oh, he made me so mad. Like, you fucking up the mood, bro.
Yep.
Why you talking yourself out of tonight, my nigga? Like, what is going on? Talk about this shit tomorrow. I don't care about your future tonight.
He was like, yeah, but I mean, like, for the what's it called, right? Like, yeah, you better have to come see me. He was like, no. I mean, like, the school. But now this is a plant that was set up by his uncle when they were in the vineyard. He had already spoken about it, and he went there, and he could have got, some access for him to get into the school. Now, at this point, the senior year is over with, brother. The prom is here. The year is over. You can't now spring this conversation on me. You've already selected a school that you were going to go to, and now because it wasn't because the school, he was only doing it because he was trying to follow that girl.
Right.
Which at some point, Don or the dad should have sat him down and said something about him being girl crazy. Because he was losing it behind Keisha. But that's just
I think that go back to the lost point too, where he's been lost and trying to figure things out. It seems like it all goes back to that and she really figured it out too at that point too, really. But yeah, that's all I say on that point.
Yeah, because like her impact on him, you see it throughout the series when she was helping him with his essay. Like his mama said, "You don't want me to sign off on it? Nah, Keisha help me. I don't need your help." And so like she was helping him with that, and like she would just tell him stuff. He'd be like, "Oh, how do you do that? Say the things that I'm thinking." They were so adorable.
I know.
That black love is so beautiful.
But I do think in it is like it should be yin and yang, give and take. So you see it on both sides. I think you may have said that. I'm zoned out, but sorry. But it was a given in a situation. I feel like it was on both because kind of like what you just said, Jess. She mentioned how he had helped her but you also see what she was doing on the flip side with him.
Yeah.
But then in that, it's like he began. I guess I don't know if it was because he was getting closer to not decision time, but for everything that happened, he just seemed like he was just dwindling. At that point,
I
but
think.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I think he just saw that like his window with spending time with her was closing. She was about to go to school, and him being away from her, even when she went like away to, I think they did the open house, when she FaceTimed him, he was just all in his phone. And his homeboy was like, if you can't handle y'all being in two separate cities, maybe you should go to Howard. So he wasn't just hearing it from his uncle, he was hearing it from his friend too. And he was just sprung, like his focus was all Keisha.
Keisha.
So he made a very tough decision at the end of this.
I loved it though.
It was mature.
I loved it. I needed it. I
hated it, but I needed it.
Put it in my veins.
Yeah.
Yes, break up, nigga. No,
I was very proud of him because I was not expecting him to do that at all.
Ain't no happy endings around this bitch.
I wasn't expecting him to do that. I was expecting him to like try to backpedal a little bit.
Yeah,
he stood on business.
Damn, he was crying and everything on his business. He stood on.
I appreciate you need that because sometimes you gotta, what they say, absence make the heart grow fonder. You don't think so?
If you let them go and they'll come back, that mean it was meant to be. I'm still living in that lie.
You been waiting on niggas to come back?
Oh my God.
Yo, it's true. It might be true.
I don't need you.
I leave a bowl of milk outside to be like
Jazz out here living like they vampires, nigga. Do I want to let you back in? No.
In the block.
She said I leave a bowl of milk outside. What are you, Catwoman? What are you doing?
Listen.
You gotta feed them. When you feed them, they in there, they hook.
Right, they hook. Just feed them one time. They don't go nowhere. But I do feel like how their characters were, they were so mature and able to communicate so well. You got high schoolers communicating better than people in their 20s, because I don't know how people in their 30s communicate, because I'm in my 20s. But I was just watching this.
And I was 30.
Not yet.
Okay, all right. My bad.
In like 3 days. Right, in 3 days, I'll be 30 again. But no, like just them being able to communicate and be vulnerable. It was beautiful to see. But I was just like, damn, high schoolers like this?
But that just shows the character development, like the emotional maturity of the characters. As time goes on and people grow as time goes on. And I appreciate when people are able to portray that, like in the show, like, yeah, you're getting older. I need your mind to get a little bit wiser too. And I want to see that in the way you talk, the way you handle yourself, the decisions you make. I like that type of development in the people that I watch.
Yeah.
Because at one point she was just blocking, so she wasn't doing that no more.
Yeah.
So at this point it was a talk. But then on his side, his dad was super big on him. One thing I missed out on was the conversation of the party. The initial party he was going to, and they asked him the questions about it. He was like, I don't know. I just got invited. And it came to the who, what, when, where, and why. Being able to use those when you have a conversation. So it was every episode. There was these little leaves of things that allowed the character to progress or grow as you continue to see it. Now, while it's life, so you're gonna have regressions, or you're gonna have a moment of a moment where you slip, but it's how you overcome that moment in there. So you just kind of see those little things that happen, because his dad, even when he had to go and check on Keisha, he was like, you go, you check on her, make sure she's good. You just come back here at 12 o'clock. And he talked to him how to handle the police in case that came up, which I'm glad that wasn't a thing in the show.
Me too.
I respect them putting that moment, because everybody goes through that. The police get behind you, kind of. I ain't gonna say you tense up, but police behind you don't know what that situation can be, especially being a black man. But he said if we reach out to you, you need to answer us. So I appreciate them. Like I said, I really appreciate them just, layering that in there. But they do reconnect. They both were kind of looking out for one another. And it came back around and they went, and I love a book. I love a bookend as much as I love an emotional moment. But they went and got ramen. Now she didn't like ramen in the beginning because one thing she mentioned, she was like, "I always eat ramen," so that's why he suggested that for a first date.
Yeah.
But she likes ramen noodles. That's a little bit different from eating
Yeah.
authentic
Huge
ramen.
difference.
So I don't eat this shit, but keep me with the 50 cent pack. I'm good with it. But they went.
Nah, he right, because the that kind of ramen, it don't be flavorful.
Yeah.
So they went back on a ramen date. So Durant, what did you think about the last date before we get to the conclusion of this story?
Last date was needed, I think, but I didn't like the way how it ended. But it leads to more, I guess. So, but the ending was, I definitely think, again, like the last couple episodes was really more intense as far as the future and things like that, how their relationship really is going. So, I mean, I really liked the last episode and that last date, but the
Let me
ending, I'm ready to see what season 2 is going to be.
let me ask you, what didn't you like about it?
Oh, the way how they made an open book, so I don't really know. I really wanted more for some reason than just that, the way how they just walked away for whatever, at the end. But I mean, it was good. I'm not going to say nothing really negative about it.
No, I
I'm just
think
ready for coming
I
up, really.
I think that I personally think that so ending a series where you have to kind of leave it. Well, you have to for me and Jazz, we kind of debate or have these conversations all the time about endings because you can miss it, you can stick it.
Yep.
It's very key, it's very key, very crucial. But I love a bookend. Like if you however you started it should end. I mean, if you can go back to that callback, I love a callback. So if you can bring it back and then I'm going to the ramen date and them ending it, them breaking up. And it still being the whole thing is about them being together forever. That's the whole thing in a nutshell. So whatever happened, it's gonna be some more trials. Some niggas gonna come up, some women gonna come up. That's gonna happen. Them being in college, it's inevitable. That's just how the story's gonna go. But them not being together helps for a lot of those things to happen organically, as opposed to them trying to force a moment. Him losing himself going into the end of this story, it made a lot of sense. And like I get it, because I don't I have a love-hate relationship with cliffhangers. I don't think this was a cliffhanger personally because they ended the story. If there wasn't a season 2, I would respect it. Now, I want a season 2 because I love this story. But they ended it where it could be a situation of what happens with them, or oh man, I hate that happened, but I appreciated the story from what we got in it. But of course it definitely leaves it open to make or tell more of a story. So I appreciate that. I hopefully it's a yearly thing. I don't know when they're gonna get the
Yeah.
next season. It may be 2 years. I don't know, but hopefully we get it. Hopefully we get a few more episodes too. I would like 10 episodes as opposed to just the 8. I don't need the 22 like they did back in because 10 episodes, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, every episode. Man, I think that's perfect for a show like this. But Jazz, what about you? What did you think about the ending?
I definitely enjoyed it, and Netflix is not giving nobody 22 episodes, especially not no niggas. But I
I know.
so like at the end, just when they cross each other's path, you could just feel it. And that last scene, oh gosh, I was like, y'all, when he kissed on her forehead,
Girl,
Hurt.
melt.
damn,
I'm
I was
melted.
I was hurt, and it was just like, this is how our first date should have been.
Oh,
Like the chemistry between these two,
Yeah,
unmatched.
they
I
fucking.
absolutely loved it. Listen,
I cried on that part too. I'll admit, I cried on that part too because it's like, damn.
because it was beautiful. Like when they crossed paths and she was asking him, like, so what you got going on? He was like, I'm working, I'm taking classes. And he's using that music device that she gave him for Christmas. And so I was just like, damn, that's love for real.
Man, the little nigga
I
inside
liked it.
the little nigga inside of me was not so that when they reconnected, I was happy. But when he was breaking up with him, man, the little nigga inside of me was dying. I was like, I said, no, they're not gonna do it. They not because I don't because you typically watch stuff like this and you expect it to go one way. Like I'm expecting they gonna figure it out. They're gonna be together. They gonna da da da. I'm like, oh shit, he broke up with her.
I was not expecting it.
Perfect. Don't be together.
But a bar was by Keisha in that moment. She said, make sure you get your shit together. I'm paraphrasing, but she said, make sure it's worth it. Make sure us breaking up is worth it. I would have ran to my bedroom and cried in my pillow if I was Keisha in that moment.
I'm sure, yeah.
I would have, because it's like this is somebody that you love, but you have to separate so they can grow, so he can level up. We can't level up together. Like Keisha's on her shit, but it's just like Justin is kind of getting off his path, and he has to end things to get back on his path. That is a huge sacrifice, and coming from a 17-year-old, like that is so crazy to me. It's so fucking beautiful.
I think she was 18 at that point, though. But I mean,
I was talking about Justin.
They were 18 at that point. They had graduated. Well,
I don't know when their birthday is.
You're right. But they had graduated, so
he ain't no Gemini. He definitely not that.
He Aries.
That's it. He is Aries. And we got to talk about Chloe.
We get into it. So before we do that, Tink, what did you think about the final episode? Well, the final scene, the final episode.
I liked it. I like the fact that it could go either way. You can end the story right now, or you can continue. It was like a closure thing for me. I enjoyed it. It had me begging for more though, because I love the story so much. I wouldn't have been okay with the limited series type shit. Like, no, I need another season to see them grow some more. Like, I done been with these kids since they were 16. I need to see them at 18, 21. I want to see that.
25.
Then it's perfect. They wrote this in 2016. No, it was 2017 going into 2018. Yeah. So you can put them years in there.
Yeah.
Grow them up. You can do it however you want to. They already grown, so it ain't Stranger Things. We got to worry about them niggas growing up next season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to worry about them niggas being grown next season.
Trying to play kids,
I think that's everything that I had for the actual episode, but it sounded like Jazz has some more things.
I want to just Chloe, because I feel like Chloe's character represented the type of friend that you want to have, and the type of best friend you want to have.
I like Chloe
1,000%.
She kept Keisha. She made sure to hold her accountable, because she said, "So you're going to let Christian dictate you going to a different school?" Dictate all of these things, the next man in your life. And it's just like, Chloe was giving her bars.
Yeah.
And I absolutely
Keisha, but yeah.
Right. But it's just like, those are the kind of friends that you have to have. Don't just sign off on ridiculous things that I'm doing. Call me out on it. Help me correct my behavior, especially if it's a best friend. So
I like little Chloe. Look, Chloe. Did her and what's his name? Darius? Did they?
Yeah, they was out here smashing.
That was fucking.
I thought so.
That nigga, he said, "What you gotta take a stick and put it in cheese and wiggle." I said, "What the hell is wrong with this nigga?" Freak ass bull. But one thing I didn't mention was Justin getting into music through Keisha. So sort of him going to the salon with it, which I appreciate them having it. Which I mean, the black experience is throughout this entire thing, so that ain't even something that. But him going to the salon with her, which the nigga in love, because niggas ain't going to. I'm not going to the salon with no female. You know how long
they're doing his homework.
You know how long that be. You know how long that be up in there. Man, that nigga is love. Drunk.
Right.
Go write your paper. Hey, but
he was writing it at the salon.
He was writing his.
Was helping him.
But then that's when he met. I think was it Rodney? Is the music producer?
Rodney or something like that.
He went down and he met him, and of course, he began buying beats from him. So it'll be interesting to see. I want this to be real. Like Justin isn't come from the Fluent family, so I do want it to be real. So him just him being this top-notch music producer next season, I will go the fuck off if they speed run that. No, we need to see him, maybe niggas in the hood just based off off the strength of Rodney, people buying the beats and whatnot, but him just making it big off the neck, he'd be like Daniel, what I'm saying, that nigga Daniel still trying to figure it out. Like don't just jump up there to be the next big thing out there in California. I'm like, hold up now. I want to see, you gotta, but he only get 1 year.
Get out the mud, nigga.
He only gets 1 year. They gave him a gap year. In that, I did want to ask that. Now, I wasn't given the option of a gap year, nigga. Then I started lying about going to school. Nigga, I'm not going no more. Whatever. I'm not in that bitch no more. Y'all just don't know it. Did when y'all were graduating from high school, a bit personal, but did y'all have a plan leaving high school? Like, did you know what you wanted to do, know what you wanted to be, had an idea or any of that leaving high school? Anybody can chime in whenever you're ready. I know me personally, like I said, I was Justin. Fuck no, I ended up going to Southwest. My dad, because I was just like, Mom said, you ain't gonna stay up in here. You gotta go to somebody's school. And I was like, God damn, since I stay in the house, I guess a nigga would be at somebody's school. So I went to Southwest my first year. And I moved to Little Rock after that. But what about y'all? Did y'all have a plan leaving school, or what kind of situation did y'all have, if y'all don't mind me asking?
Well, I'll let either one of y'all go first. If anybody has anything they want to share.
For me, I mean, I was going to school to play football. As far as what I'm gonna do when I get done going to school, I wasn't sure at all. But as far as what I'm gonna do out of high school, I knew I was about to go to college.
Yeah, I knew the same. I had a plan. Like I had a whole career that I had in mind, but when I got in them classes, they changed real fast. I changed my major real quick, but I feel like I should have gone to a junior college first and then go to university. But I felt like my folks had a plan for me to go to university and just like go off and do something. They didn't really see junior college as a stepping stone for the future or whatever. Don't knock it. I feel like a lot of people was knocking the fact that people was going to junior colleges and stuff like that. It made them seem like, I don't know, they weren't smart enough, which is crazy to me. But yeah, I had a plan. It didn't work out that way though, at all.
I get it. Yeah. I definitely, sometimes I do. I try not to, because if you think about the past too much, that'll lead to depression. Too much in the future will lead to anxiety. But for me, I sometimes think about the decision. Like when I was at Southwest, it was cool. I didn't hate it, and I was doing well in the classes. But then I got an opportunity presented itself for me to leave, and just based on my life at that time, I made an emotional decision to leave. Not saying that I didn't need that, but I do feel that sometimes I should have stayed the first year in Memphis after school and just stay here. And then summer of the next time I was doing it, but it was that moment I get to do something I hadn't done before. So it's like, man, I'm gonna do this. And I went, and I was still kicking it. I was killing it at school. I was to myself. My dad didn't like that I was recluse. I stayed with him. I was in the house. I just did work. I had downloaded this fucking music app on my computer, so I was in that bitch chopping up other nigga songs. All I wanted to, going through cutting them nigga shits up, rapping over them bit, going to the. It was a $5 movie. Going to the $5 movie on my free time. He's just in the house. I'm like, man, it's probably best. I hadn't had those type of liberties to myself. I've lived at home, and grandparents, my mom, 2 siblings. I've never had freedom like that to just be able to get and go. We only had one car, everybody sharing it. I didn't have like some of that shit. So now I got all these different liberties here. Ain't no telling what I'm gonna get into. I'm running from the police tickets, smoking. I'm doing some everything at this point. Just wow.
Is this when you were smoking cigarettes, Jason?
No, I smoked cigarettes I smoked
Jason
cigarettes
was smoke.
I smoked cigarettes when I was 7. I didn't
smoke
cigarettes.
Okay, it gets worse. All right. Okay.
I didn't smoke cigarettes as an adult. Goddamn.
Okay.
It's 7.
At 7. I was just jumped off the porch early, nigga.
On that
I ain't smoking at 7 years
right,
old.
on that nicotine.
That's crazy.
My mama tore a hole in my back, my ass, my neck, and I said, God damn, I'll never look at another cigarette again. I hate niggas smoking cigarette now. I'm like, put this shit out before I whoop your ass.
An ass whooping will build character.
It'll build something.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it'd be a tolerance for some of these niggas though. I don't know, man. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
It does.
But what about you, Jay? I don't think you answered. You may have did, but I may have missed it.
For me, I would say I had a plan. Y'all probably remember MySpace. I wanted to do graphic design. And so I thought computer science. Yeah. I thought computer science was great to major in. And then, like Tink said, I took them classes and I said, nah, fuck that is. Okay. I said, ones and O's? Nah, nigga. I'm out of here.
Nigga, is this the Matrix?
Okay.
My name is Nadia.
Chemistry had me so fucked up.
Yeah. And then I got into broadcast. And so I majored in that. So, and I got me some work in that. So, I would say stuff panned out.
Shout out to you, man. But I think that's everything that I had as far as with the episode. Did you guys have anything within the show or anything that you just wanted to chime in on as we wrap this up?
This was fun.
It was very fun.
We appreciate that. We try to make it engaging and just keep it real as possible on here. You said you see a Tink and Durant?
Yeah, I think I'm good though. Okay. No, I'm good. I was about to make up something.
On 3 years.
Thank you. Durant just want to bash Keisha for being toxic. That's all that is.
I get it.
So I don't think we went a little too. We didn't go deep enough. As much as I wanted to go into Keisha, but we good though.
Go ahead.
But it seemed like she looked at Justin when old buddy was like, "Come here, walk with me." Like, I don't know, did she want Justin to say something at that point, or she was looking like she knows she done messed up?
She messed up because why you walking with him?
The optics is crazy though.
But wow, I'm standing right here with my mama.
Yeah.
You want me to act a fool, huh?
You want me to call you a bitch? I'm just playing. You want me to call you out your name.
You want me to snitch? You need me to snitch. So I'm glad he didn't react too crazy. And he just told mom, let's get in nigga. That man, mama was he was walking so fast. Mama was running. Shoot, hold on, Justin. Jason, I know. Justin, I know I want you with a black girl, but I do not want you to be disrespected.
I love that because he was heartbroken. He didn't respond any kind of way because he was stunned. Like, damn, you really bold as hell right now.
All right, so I got a question for y'all. If y'all was Justin in that moment, how are you reacting?
He did good.
How would y'all react?
He got his mama around and all that, so he probably
the sex tape would have been told at that moment.
You would have told it to him.
Oh yeah. I would have messed up the whole day. Like
yeah.
You know that guy.
You want to walk around with him? You want camera sucking dick?
What did he say? He said it won't be like your picture, like what I've already seen or something. When he tried to mix up the video, and he was like, I didn't mean it like that. I can't remember what it was.
You would know about stuff getting around. Yeah, you would know.
He had your daughter on you had your daughter on her knees, and he put the video at the school. The whole school seen it.
Both of them.
You the only one that ain't seen it yet. See you later.
Well, I don't know how I would have acted. I probably like him.
Man, I would have, man.
I'm very sensitive.
And then lastly, I got one thing to say. Christian ain't been no next LeBron James or Michael Jordan. Even
He gonna get hurt.
mostly like a Jason
Oh,
Williams
ACL.
can do,
Fuck
yeah,
your ACL
something
up.
like that. But they
Yeah,
need to stop because it was
that'll be crazy to see the next season. He get man, that'll be crazy.
He
He get
finna
hurt
get
and he
hurt,
try get hurt and then try to reach back out to Keisha. Ooh.
bitch.
Y'all broke up.
yeah.
Oh,
Dang, but yeah, that's all I
they
think.
better not let Christian spin the block. Let Christian be over with.
No, they can't bring
He
him
got
back.
to
She got to
though.
get somebody fresh. No, you cannot bring Christian
He,
back.
she coming back home. She coming back home.
Ooh, that visit again. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
That
Don't piss
fall
me
break.
off.
That fall
No.
break. Ooh,
Justin gonna
at
be
the
hurt
skating
again.
ring. At the skating ring, it's gonna be crazy. You know, niggas
Man,
love to skate.
man, he nigga done learn how to man. We will see. We will see, man. But of course, the reason we are here, was it good though? So Tink, I'm gonna start with you.
But what was that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
My bad.
I said, was it good though?
Oh, the show wasn't good.
Yeah, we got that. You got to have to officially ask that question because niggas will change the answer by the time the end of it. I'm one of niggas. I will be tell you
This
everything
is
about
true.
tell you everything about it. Like hell no, it wasn't good because I'm gonna tell you why.
He did that for almost Christmas. The flip was crazy.
You know,
I don't think it
understand.
was P Valley actually.
I understand it. I do. But yes, the show was good. It was absolutely good. It fed me, gave me what I needed. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
10 out of 10 on those. Durant, what about you, sir? Was it
Yeah.
good though?
Love it. One of the ones that caught me off guard. Again, go back to that black excellence with the families and all this good stuff that what we needed right now. And, it's a little teen love and all that stuff that we can probably all relate to a little bit. Something out of there we can all relate to. So I think it was a good balance of, your young and your old can deal with it. But great show.
And Jazz, was it good though?
Absolutely. I loved it because Durant messaged me. He was like, "You seen Forever yet?" I was like, "Hell yeah."
I watched it in 2 days.
Yeah, about a day and a half for me.
The story, like Durant said, definitely relatable, and we need these kind of projects instead of just having so much negativity because this is a series that's not even surrounded around white folks. This is us, and you see so much black excellence, black love, and I love how they depicted Eric Wood Harris's character, a black supporting father, his son, and then being dominant in situations with his wife. He just like, Don, sit there and drink your wine and watch the show.
Yeah.
So what he was able to bring to this character and to this series, I love the entire cast.
Yeah, he's going to go down as one of the most important characters we have had in quite some time. I do want to talk about now with this show. We do get a season 2, but we are losing some things. Black show, like I don't know if you guys watch All American, but that's ending. We finally 8 seasons of that. They're ending All American. I did watch the last season. It was pretty decent. It did take one of the leads off the show, but I mean, I feel like they did fill it up pretty well, but we are losing that. Bel Air has one last season in that as well, which I hate. I wish they would have let that story be fleshed out a little bit more, but they're ending that as well. So this is probably one of the only things we have as far as with like that teenage, that coming of age type of story, unfortunately, right now, because everything else we're a part of something as opposed to the other stuff. So we need more of this. We need more of this moving forward. And for me as well, as far as was it good? Yes, loved it. From top to bottom, definitely enjoyed it. Jazz, did you have some words you think those?
I had a few, not as many as I thought I would have, but let's see. Oh no. I can't find them right now. So sorry for anybody who commented. I think it's like one or two. I think it was like 1 or 2 people, but you are appreciated for those that did.
Then of course it was
Link of Thrones. Yes.
So Link of Thrones is the part of the show where we pick a character from the show we watched and we tell people something that they have been in previously or something that they got going on that you may be interested in. With that, I'm gonna start with you, Durant.
Oh, snap. Go ahead.
You ain't got your person yet.
Nah, you go ahead.
We'll come back to
Come
it.
out from this show.
Yes,
Yeah.
somebody from this show that either something they was in previously or something that they have going on. You can pick somebody. The first person you always get, you get the smorgasbord. You get to pick first, and you can just throw something out there. The easiest shit. So Tink,
baby. Am I going
first?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I don't know if y'all seen Greenleaf.
Yeah.
Lakeisha was in Greenleaf.
Yeah, Lovey Simone. Yeah, she was.
Her character was a coming of age story for her too. She went through a lot in that show as well. But yeah, Greenleaf was a great show. What else did you say? What did you ask for?
It was just that.
That was it. You're done.
Okay.
You're good. Durant, did you find somebody? We can throw it to Jazz.
Jazz, I'm gonna go ahead.
All right. So I will do Brittany. She was Keisha's cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Adriana Ray. She was in the new, I guess, version or season of the game that pretty much focused on Tasha
Brittany.
Mack and
Tariq. Not Tariq. What's the nigga name? Malik.
You all up in the ghost book and shit.
You know they got them bitches opened up another chapter.
I heard with Tommy and Tariq.
That's crazy. Them niggas is crazy. I thought they was in this shit.
Keeping a job.
Them niggas. Did you get somebody at Durant? Because
Durant.
So I'm gonna go with Marvin L. Winans. This was the little brother. She plays as Chad in Abbott Elementary. I knew his face looked familiar. I just wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah, he's in Abbott Elementary though.
He was a cool little brother in this.
He was. He didn't really do nothing too wild.
Nah, he did. He might get a bigger he might get a bigger role in season 2. Durant, you got your person.
All right, we supposed to be thinking of something new or something old they played in.
It could be anything.
It could be anything. You said like 8 movies at the beginning, if you remember.
Yeah, I did. I know, right? Woody. I could do Woody, but I didn't want to do him,
Niggas always try to go away from what nigga, you better pick it. We ain't did it. It's there for you.
I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna give you a good movie. What an uncle. He ain't a baseball coach. I don't think he might be her uncle. He played in Life.
It was her granddad.
He was
granddad.
George is her granddad.
He was in Life. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember him from Life. So that's one. I was trying to think. I ain't one. Yeah.
Barry Shabaka Henley. That nigga got a name on him.
Wait, did he play in Ali too?
So he done been in some stuff.
I feel like he's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He's an actor, man. He keep a job, keep a role. But man, again, we do appreciate you, Tink. We appreciate you, Durant, for stopping and chatting with us. We appreciate y'all. Y'all always welcome. Like as I try to keep up with my timeline and stuff like this. So if I see people talking about stuff and I know it's something we gonna get into, I definitely try to extend an invite myself. Jazz, did you have anything?
No, Durant, Tink, thank you so much for joining us in this discussion. This was a lot of fun. Like Jason said, y'all are definitely welcome to join us again for upcoming episodes. 3 years in the game.
3 years in the game every Tuesday since June 14th.
That's amazing.
2022. That's wild.
Let's go.
That's proud. That's amazing.
Man, so
consistency is key. Let's go.
Yeah.
It is. It is, man. So before we sign off, like I said, we do have a Discord. If you guys would like to join or anybody that's listening would like to join, we just talk about movies, TV shows. We've kind of expanded it now, so we get into music. People throw recipes. It just a lot of different things up in there. Just a lot of different people. It's not something that we require you to be in there all the time, but of course, we like the conversation to keep moving and keep it going. Off in there, like I said, we'll keep on doing this. Last week we did Rush Hour. We did a Rush Hour, and next week we are going to The Last of Us. We get into the Last of Us season 2, which are cool. We'll get into the whole series though. So we get into season 1, some season 1 too. I don't think we didn't review that, so we'll get into that as well. So Again, we appreciate each and every one of y'all for listening. This is the Was It Good Though podcast about movies and TV shows. I am one of your hosts. I am Jason.
I am Jazz, and I want to say this past week I was on the Scenario podcast with Van talking about the best Black film within the past 25 years. Very great discussion. Our brother Chappelle was also on that show, so I will be definitely promoting that on our socials. So this is a good time.
Shout out to my nigga Chappelle, man. But until next time, deuces.
Cheers.
Bye, y'all.